Hi Tea Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we're getting to some more Tower of God Webtoon, and I'm stressed about everything, okay? We're trying to get onto this train, actually get on this time, okay? Not like last time. I want people to be boarded, if that's where we need to be. I'm honestly a little bit on the fence. It seems like not the greatest place for us to be at, but I digress. Now, we've had everybody kind of gathering in the same place. We had a bit of a face-off between Hoaqin and Bam. It seems like Bam was like, oh, I got this. Even though Jinsung was like, you know what fight you can't win? That one. That's not going to be the fight that you win. But Bam does whatever he wants, and that has only worked out well for him. It's only been highs when he does that. It's fine. That fight seems to be taking a little bit of a turn out of Bam's favor. It seems a bit like Hoaqin's kind of playing a little bit. He wants to see what Bam is capable of. He's heard stories of this VLA, and I think that he's interested in pushing the limits of that a little bit. Rock may or may not have been dusted. I will continue to live in denial until I get any kind of confirmation otherwise. Even then, I'll probably still live in denial. I hope it's just that he is exiting chibi form to actually really get invested in the fight. And then we have Daniel going up against Sachi. We don't really know a lot about Sachi other than he was previously on the Hell Train. He's connected to that kind of core group of people who were previously on it and probably is pretty powerful, but we'll see how that all turns out. There's a lot going on, which seems to be the norm at this point, which is why I always take the quiet moments when I can get them. I guess we just have to jump back into the fray. Okay, it's probably fine. Oh yeah, Khun doesn't really know what's going on. Look. You'll put the pieces together, you'll figure out a plan. But there are a lot of players now, okay? You thought we were playing 3D chess before? I don't even know how many dimensions we're on now. Also, every time I say faker, I'm thinking of the gamer, okay? And I feel like it's probably deliberate. Su's enough of a nerd. And I'm like, that's probably the reference. Yeah, it's a whole complicated web of stuff going on. Oh, is that Bam? Yeah, we need to stay a little bit focused. Okay, but I feel like eyes on Daniel because he's also dangerous and he's got the whole necromancy thing going on. But Hoaqin's the one I'm worried about overall. Love the lighting. Love having his face more in shadow after that moment because he does tend to not think super straight. We also got the needle thing going on. I'm worried, especially the wooden horse thing. I know that's like the station we're on, but it also makes me think Trojan horse, which makes me feel like something that seems like a gift or something that seems like it isn't awful is actually a trap, is actually something terrible in disguise. And is it Hoaqin? Is it not? Hey, look at you yelling out good. Last we saw you got attacked, but I hope that you're in this. Interesting. I love this space of, again, the dark and the shadows, and then like all of the white and lighter lighting, right? And again, red kind of leaking into Hoaqin's design, contrasting with the red, and then having the red in Bam's design because of being injured. Great contrast. Also, just can we look at the eye levels, right? Bam is looking up. Hoaqin is looking down. Even though they're leveling out where they are in the frames, there's still that power imbalance between the two of them. Oh, we're gonna have to fight Idol Girl? She doesn't intimidate me that much, honestly. Yida? I don't know, girl. I know you got the whole suitcase trick thing, but you don't intimidate me as much as some of the other people. Also, Khun pulls off the ponytail better. I said what I said. Yeah, this sword is definitely something I feel like we should be concerned about. Also, the fact that he seems interested in Bam. Every time a new super powerful and scary person is, you're intriguing, I'm like, or we could not be. Or we could not. I feel like having less attention on us is probably for the best. Yeah, I also don't like that we're pulling on that power, right? Because whenever we pull on this needle thorn thing, we hear voices, which is bad, and we occasionally black out. And I feel like blacking out in the middle of a fight with Hoaqin is not the thing we want to do. Seems like a good way to get horrifically injured and or killed. Okay, so we've got some background. I don't like the smile. Oh, I don't like that. Should I take it? Who indeed? Foog does seem like they're trying to hide it, and also that they are a little bit scared, which also makes me scared. Oh, definitely don't block. Yeah, I was like, block does not seem like an option here. Ooh, interesting. Have the sword disappear. I would also like to know what happened. Yes, that everyone's, you were dead, which is not what happened. We have the story, right? Like the whole like deal thing, necromancy powers, right? Yeah, I think Daniel knows exactly what's happening. He just also has his own goal. But if you save her, if we could turn back time, right? And I would have her not sacrifice herself for us. Great to know that that's what happened, or at least that's the way that Daniel sees it, because we do have a little bit of ambiguity because she was out here murdering people. So I'm like, I'm a little bit like, I don't know, is that just like how Daniel views what she did, or did she actually sacrifice herself to save people, right? And then we're getting a little bit of a idea of what's going on. I'm assuming it might have something to do with getting off the Hell Train, maybe. But if you could turn back time and stop her, then wouldn't everyone else have died? Look, we already have one guy who's super obsessed with a girl who is not who he should be obsessed with. I can't take another one. I'm sorry. King. Did we know? Did we know that Akka was a king of some kind? I'm assuming figuratively titled, given how we already have a monarchy thing going on with the tower. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they specifically miss Rowan, or if it's having such a traumatic thing happen that you were like tied up in what the Hell Train is, right? And also the unfinished business, right? Because Hoaqin was still there. They did to some extent know that. And I think that there's this pull to that of being like, there is something unfinished with the Hell Train. Whether or not that is directly related to the fact that Rowan was killed or died is not the same as having that connection to this unfinished thing that you're scared to go back, but you also can't stop being like in proximity to it. Look a little bit crazed there. I don't know if I like the ghost imagery being cool power though. Give me someone with necromancy powers and I'm just like, it's cool though. Is it messed up? Yes. Is it ethically bad? Also yes. Do I always want to read that story? Heck yes. See any of my solo leveling reaction? I like that you're not very strong. That was my gauge too. So many questions, Khun. I am looking at him. I don't see the appeal. Agreed, Khun. I'm getting madman too. I would not follow anything that Rachel promises. She does like to say things and then not follow through. Though occasionally she does speak her mind and people need to like just accept that's her decision. Bam. No means no. You seem to like hate people, which is strange for someone who also profited off of the admiration of said people. Fair enough, Khun. Beat her up. I'm always supportive of Khun getting scrappy. I'm like, yeah, sure, that doesn't work, but I have an idea. Good point. Oh yeah, there's the swordsman guy. Is he really on our team to save yourselves? I thought we were sacrificing ourselves so that Rowan wouldn't have to. I'm confused about the motivation here other than the fact that you want her to be alive and she isn't. Oh, careful. We have somebody balanced. Thank you. I like that you almost made me fall over his shoulder. Okay. Are we gonna get a full-on fight? There are two things happening. Good transition though. I like using Khun as a center in between these two fights to help switch the scene over. Yeah, maybe we should have actually been able to use it without passing out before we picked a fight with someone who seems to be significantly more powerful than we are. Or at least any of our friends to back us up. Really just have Bam, who has any chance at going up against Hoaqin and winning. Or at least surviving. And I feel like maybe we need a few more people to back us up. He's very good at learning things. And the fact that he's having trouble also freaks me out. But I like that he's staying focused. He's not letting Hoaqin get in his head. It's good. Now if we can just keep Rachel as far away from this as possible, because I don't need her throwing him off his game. Okay. Okay, it doesn't have the same specific form. It's not as tangible as it should be. Lots of talk of ghosts in this chapter, which is really interesting. Interesting. So it doesn't have a physical form necessarily. I was wondering that because just look, I didn't know if we were doing shonen dynamics of course this person has a giant weapon that would be completely impractical for them to actually use given their character size. Maybe it's just the cloud dynamics, right? Of we'll just give him a giant sword and it's fine, don't worry about it. But I'm assuming because it's controlling the Shinsu to make the blade, that means that there isn't like the same weight there. I was also assuming because he's like controlling Shinsu that I'm like, we could probably mess around with how much weight he can actually lift. Right, we are dealing with a fantasy environment in which people do crazy things all the time. Rock is a giant in chibi form, so like I'm assuming space and weight are a little bit wishy-washy. I love that Bam's just not paying attention. Hoaqin is monologuing, taunting, having all of these insights in a way, and Bam's just like, focused on figuring out what's happening. And I love that for him. Rachel, this isn't about you. I'm gonna need you to stay all the way back out of this. He is focused. He's on it. He's figuring things out. And I need her to not mess with his head. I feel like Wang Nan's out of there. He had a plan. Oh, Yoda came back. Khun, I'm gonna need you to stay focused because that looks like a blade. And I'm gonna need you to be okay. Yes, you did put everyone in danger, but it's a little bit late for us to be contemplating that. Gosh, the line work. Not to be distracted by the art popping off for a second. Don't talk about falling. I'm still salty. I'm not over it. Oh, shadowy figure in a very interesting chair design. Ooh, that color shift though. Did we all get frozen? Oh, okay. Mr. Conductor, who has not gotten involved at any point up to this point, suddenly deciding enough is enough. Oh, the eye coming through though. Hi, perhaps we're still on the move. I was thinking that we would be like long gone. I feel like this is not the point to barge into what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this conductor person, but they're shadowy and they didn't get involved in a lot of other stuff that was going on. So I'm just like, everyone will have to coordinate. Good luck. I hope that we can figure that out. We seem to be doing okay. Last time you were trying to get on the Hell Train, and that was like impromptu, so I'm hoping that we've done some work on that to figure out how people can work together, but I feel like something's gonna go throw a wrench in it. Oh, okay, we got a voice. I was gonna say probably the conductor, but I guess we got something else going on. Hello? Person reading a book? Oh, you, yeah, I was like, you look like Hoaqin, but younger. Is there more than one? Is this like the Khun family where I was like, I don't know, every time we see someone with bluish white hair or blue eyes, I'm like, there is another, they multiply? Is there another one? Okay. All right, I guess we're doing this again. Whoops are you? So there's more than one. That's great. you technically could lead him to the other Hoaqin. That you're both going outside, trying to. It's somehow creepier in tinier form. The childish aesthetic, I'm just like, ugh. The fact that we're saying another me makes me feel like it's not like a relative or like a 2.0 or whatever. It makes it seem like there is some kind of separation into multiple entities. I don't know anymore. I'm just here for the ride, I guess. Look, I gave up trying to be clever while reading this series a long time ago. I don't know, the art is cool and I like the characters and I need people to calm down. That's all I got at this point. What was that indeed? Oh, hey! Okay, so we do have to go outside because we were trying to find her. Wangnan and Yun. I guess outside is where we need to be. Hello? Do you have a creepy mustache? Because I feel like that's just fitting too much into the villain arc that I think is coming. Though a conductor with a mustache just makes sense. Even like Hoaqin looks a little bit shocked, which, what does that mean? Yeah, I'm like, we've definitely heard of Petro before, right? Glowing eyes is freaking me out. But did we only hear it in connection to being the conductor of the Hell Train? Or we heard in other ways? I can't keep up. There's so many names. Ah! So connection to Karaka. Okay. So that might be where we've heard before talk of him specifically. I'm having a thought. I might be wrong. I'm just thinking because I was like, the mustache, we can't really see him. But wasn't there last time we saw Karaka, wasn't there like a butler or something? Or he looked like it? And I'm thinking of something else. Thinking like when we were like Lady Yuri. There's so much lore, y'all. Is that him? Is that the connection? Or is it just a lookalike? I don't know. Sometimes we have families, sometimes we have people who look the same. Sometimes, apparently, we have multiple Hoaqins. I'm reeling from that still. One of the people who tried to hurt Bam, yes. Death Eye? I was already talking about how the eyes freak me out. Yeah, I agree. Either way, not good. Yo, greeting. Thank you for the little moment of comedy because I'm freaking out a little bit with everything. Is we've established that Hoaqin's supposed to be bigger, but we're not quite there yet. Drop out? What does that mean? Drop out? I feel like that means death. Game. We're in the middle of something. I think we knew there would only be one, right? But also, I don't know, is it better to have a game or is it better to have them fight it out to the death? I don't know. I feel like that'll probably be part of the game anyway. I feel like maybe there'll be like a structure. Rules? Will we follow the rules? Who knows? Somewhere in the train passage. Just vaguely somewhere in there. Did we get teleported in by Petro? Will you? Or will you just get teleported back again? Ooh. Oh, because the game has started. So have we been teleported somewhere in the train? My poor Rock. And some other people. Is this some of the other characters that we saw last time we tried to get on the Hell Train and then they came back and managed to make it through? It is definitely because of you guys. It's always because of you guys. There's like rules and structures and then Bam and Co show up and everything gets a bit topsy-turvy. Oh, that's true. Also, in Train City, y'all are also the reason everything went wrong and nobody got on the train. So you are the suspicious ones here. Are we calling people turtles now? Yeah, I would say that they're fairly strong, capable, and Rock's not with his team and he's going to be very upset. He just tracked down his turtles and you're going to separate him again? As long as you don't tell him to wait. He's over that. Are you? Are we really? I don't even know anymore. People are just talking at this point. I'm like, are we being sarcastic? Are we misleading? Your eyes are freaking me out. Especially if Death Eyes is a thing. I don't trust that. I don't trust like, oh, this is just a crazy thing that I did. I've just impulsively decided to do this. I don't believe that for a second. The only person I believe to do something crazy and impulsive is maybe Beta. And oh, the guy who's related to Quant, the one that likes to eat his pets and light things on fire, definitely would do something impulsive just cause. Everyone else, I'm like, y'all have a plan. I just feel like you doth protest too much. Not entirely. We also have the other one. Is that part of the resurrection? The other one seems calmer. Good question, Khun. I'm with you. I would also like to have more information that actually makes sense to me. I love the color change of it being like more monotone. Okay, split condition. We're acknowledging the other one's there. Out of favor. I love Bum coming and being like, yeah, I don't want that job, so no thanks. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if you have a choice, especially since you got all those friends. You've got lots of pressure points. Also, probably Rachel. I just feel like she's going to be incorporated into this in some way. Oh, or I guess be melted down. Yeah, if you want to keep the thorn, you're gonna have to be involved in this. See, what'd I just say? What'd I just say about having pressure points and friends? There he is. I was just talking about you. Talking about Quantum Quattro. That's what I'm assuming. Just talking about you. Crazy, crazy person. But at least, like, you're our crazy person. I feel this kinship now. Ooh, you have the right to choose. Crazy. That image. What a scary person. He's mostly obscured. Ooh, that lineup shot between their two faces. Okay, 1 month. Preparation. Gotcha. We're gonna leave and come back. What about the ones... I'm assuming the people captured and the ones teleported on the train are gonna be on their own then. Or are we gonna go on the train for that month? I'll die. I know we were getting like battle royale up in here. I would not feel good about it either. I feel bad about like literally everything going on. I don't like the hungry. Hoaqin eats souls. I'm very stressed. My head hurts a little bit. Is that the series? Is it the weather? Who knows? Okay, so I feel, because we got two Hoaqins, right? I don't know what that means, but one of them seems a lot more chill, seems a lot more in control. So I'm wondering if this is like a split, right? One of them's the more impulsive and one of them is the more controlled one. And at some point they will have to become one entity and that'll be the proper full resurrection, right? And they could also explain why he's like smaller. People have talked about how Hoaqin used to be bigger. So if it's split, then maybe that explains all that. I don't know. Maybe we can reason with the logic Hoaqin, the bookworm one that was with Wangnan, befriend, perhaps? I don't know. I'm just trying to be optimistic. I feel like if anyone could do it, it could be Wangnan, right? I don't like the thought of this game. I feel like maybe it'll work out because again, I feel like it's going to be to the death regardless of whether or not there's a structure and rules. I just don't like the idea of other entities, especially entities associated with Foog, being in charge of what those rules are, what that structure is. But I don't know if the alternative is better. So I guess we're doing this. That is somewhat the tower stepping in and trying to bring some kind of order to what's going on, right? That's what a lot of the different tests and administrators and stuff is about. Like, how do we contain what's going on and have there be some kind of structure and process to how all of this kind of conflict and fighting and power scaling kind of works. Interesting. I don't know if we're gonna be training preparation for this 1 month on the train or if we're just gonna be boarding at the next station and we can go off and do whatever we want, which means that the people who have made it onto the train or have been teleported onto the train against their will are gonna be on their own. Rock probably doesn't know what's going on in his group. They haven't gotten, I assume they don't have any of this info that they're going to be part of some kind of selection game to the death. Wangnan doesn't. I'm just worried, right? Especially since they're like over and over again, they're like, we can't use the pocket on the train. So I'm like, how do you coordinate and how do you share the information with everybody? I got questions and my head hurts from me being like all the ramifications of this. But yeah, this Petro, this conductor scares me. And I think that he should. And I'm just like, I'm a little bit exhausted from the number of people who scare me at the moment. The amount of characters introduced to this, then I'm just like, or we could have one at a time. We'd have one person who freaks me out and we just deal with that. One antagonizing force at a time instead of just like a dozen of you all at once, maybe. But I guess we're gonna be figuring it out in the next few-ish chapters, next plot arc thing. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click this place to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so just next time I post a Tower of God reaction. I will see you in the next video. Bye.